Hi everyone, welcome to nithya.org. I am Nithyanand Babu, a technical enthusiast and solution expert. In this video, we are going to see how to prepare the Docker host on CentOS and Ubuntu on Windows operating system. And also, if you want to refer the source code, you can go github.com/nithyananda/dockerx repository. And also you can visit nithya.org for any information. Even you can access nithya.io for any information. So the agenda of this exercise is prepare the CentOS 7 Docker host on Windows machine using Vagrant and VirtualBox. Prepare Ubuntu Docker host on Windows machine using Vagrant and VirtualBox. After that, we are going to test the Docker using Node.js RESTful service. And top of it, I'm going to present one gift for you. This is to explain how to use Kanemu, the excellent multi-console emulator for development purpose, also interact with Docker host. To start with the lab, these are the prerequisites I'm expecting from you. You should have the laptop or desktop with the Windows OS installed, and also you have to enable the virtualization on the BIOS level, and you can do it via startup of the machine. Go and change the BIOS settings to enable the virtualization. Third one, it's very important because we are going to pull many things from internet, but don't worry, I'm going to use very sensible amount of internet data. So you should have that internet connectivity in your laptop or desktop. And also you should have the administrator access. Let's play. Can we start the demo now? Hello everyone. Welcome to the demo. Preparing Docker host on CentOS and Ubuntu. As an initial step, we need to install some of the softwares to make it work. The first thing, we need to install Vagrant. For that, just go to the Google and type Vagrant. So initially, you will get it Vagrant by HashiCorp things. Click the download button over here, and here you can see that different distros for different operating system. So as of now, we are interested in Windows because I am using Windows 10 Pro. So you can use it. You can click this binary, 32-bit and 64-bit binary. Click it, and then you can click Save. Since I already have the binary in my machine, I am not going to take it. It's going to take for you is 167 MB. So you can see that already I have that Vagrant 1.6 binary in my machine. Okay. So the next download has to be Oracle VirtualBox. Type Oracle VirtualBox. You can see the site called VirtualBox, that is actually open source from Oracle. So you just click it, Oracle VirtualBox link. You can see that there is a download button over here with the version of 5.1. As of 6th October 2016, this is the latest version. So just click it, and here you can see that. Here also you can see the different desktop for a different operating system. As of now, I am interested only in Windows AMD 64 architecture. So just click it, and this also is going to ask to download the binary, and it is going to take for you is actually 116 MB. You have to download it. So since I already have in a binary, so I am not going to download it. You can see that there is a VirtualBox 5.1.6 Windows edition. Okay, so I'm not going to download it, so I'm just clicking cancel. Again, I'm going to the Google, and also you need the as I promised already, you need to download the COM-EMU emulator. It's awesome, like tab oriented command prompt. So I will show that what is the benefit we are going to get it, why we are not using Windows command prompt. So just go and download COM-MO button from is there. Since I already have the binary with me, it's a 7-zip compressed file. It is coming 2.69 MB while downloading it, but you can notice that its extension is a 7-zip, is it? So 7Z is the extension. So for that you need to have one more software called 7-zip. If you have, well and good. Otherwise, go to the Google and search for 7-zip, and you will get it. The first site called 7zip.org, and you can see that there are two versions which is sitting here, 32-bit and 64-bit. We are going to download 64-bit, and since I already have it, I am not going to download it. It is coming around 1.3.1 MB. That's fine. So I will show it. So as of now, we have 4 softwares in our bucket. So just to right click this one and use the 7-zip and extract here, and then you can get the folder called COM-MO pack. In that there are 2 EXEs available. First EXE is 32-bit, another EXE is 64-bit. We are interested in 64-bit EXE, and it doesn't require any installation in your system. Even if you don't have the administrator permission, you can go for it. And first we are going to install Vagrant in our system. So just click the MSI, double click it and click run and click next. And since my system already have that Vagrant in my computer, and it is asking to repair and remove, but for you it will be go for next. It's a very easy installation. Just click next and opt for every default value, and it will be very smooth installation for you. So as of now, I'm clicking cancel, finish. Then next I'm going to click that VirtualBox MSI and click run and click next. Here also I'm already having VirtualBox in my computer, so it's asking to repair and remove, but for you actually you just click next. Yes, very smooth installation will be happen, and you don't require to change anything. Opt for every default values. So I'm going to click S. Okay, so we are installed 2 things, Vagrant and VirtualBox, and also we have a COM emulator. If you it's just like you have to give a double click and will execute in your machine. So I already have created a shortcut, so I am going to the emulator. Now we are in COM-MO emulator. It is a tab based elegant console. So the first advantage is what I am seeing with this tool is copy and paste. So you can just mark it from any screen, or even you can paste it from any browser or anything, from any external sources. It's very easy. You have to do Ctrl+C and Ctrl+V, and this feature is very tough in the Microsoft Windows command prompt. So that's what I'm seeing the first advantages. And the second one is actually you can create as many console you want it in a tabbed manner. So it will be look in the same group, and then it is very easy to work with that. So you don't require to go for different silo console and then work on it. It will create more confusions. The third benefits, actually you can segregate it with names Ubuntu installation kind of thing. So it's very easy to understand that okay, what is going on, so you can name it very quickly. And another advantage is what I'm seeing is actually creating a bash script, bash shell. So this bash shell will help you to execute the Linux based command like ls, clear, like that. So but it is not full-fledged shell, but it almost most of the commands will work. It is very useful if you want to work with the Linux commands in Windows. So I'm not going to explain all the features about this tool. Let's directly jump into that CentOS installations using Docker, using Vagrant and Oracle VirtualBox. Okay, so I am jumping into that my favorite drive, P drive, and I'm going to create one directory mkdir called CentOS VM and cd CentOS VM Okay, so to start with the Vagrant, first you need one Vagrant file in your system. So I don't so if you want to know the information all Vagrant, and you can get clear understanding from their site itself, but first you need to test whether Vagrant is installed properly or not. So for that you just use Vagrant version command. So yeah, we have Vagrant 1.8.6 is available in our system. That's fine, it's the latest version. And if you wanted to understand what are the commands it's there, you can put -help in the Vagrant command. So you can see the list of commands. It is available for you. It's very self-explanatory. You can go easily understand what is that. Otherwise you can go to their site and they will help you out. Okay, now we are going to play with Vagrant. Now for that, first we need a Vagrant file. How to get the Vagrant file? So use Vagrant init. If you hit enter init, so it automatically will create the Vagrant file, but our motto is installing CentOS, is it? So for that I'm going to use one image called bento/CentOS-7.1. this is image from HashiCorp, so Atlas Cloud. So you can just hit enter. It is going to create Vagrant file. Yeah, it's created. Vagrant file has been placed in the directory and you are now ready to up. Okay, so before jumping to Vagrant up, so we can see what are the things available in Vagrant file. So I'm using Sublime to open the file. So you can see that this is a Vagrant file which is created for us. So Vagrant configure, this is actually a version, and this is actually, it's talking about what image we are going to use in Vagrant file. And there are many things. You can increase the memory, you can create the sync folder between host and Vagrant, and there are many things you can do it. Even you can create like set the IP for the machine, whether it is private and public. There are much things you can do it with Vagrant, but I am not going to explain. So let's see, jump onto that. Now we are going to issue the command called Vagrant up. It might take some times to import that the box images to your system and then configure it. So let's see how much time it will take. It might take 5 minutes according to the network bandwidth. Let's see. I think my system is little quicker. In the meantime, you can see that it is setting up the name CentOS default with some GUID for the Vagrant, and it is setting up the SSH within 22. So everything is, and then you have the username called Vagrant. So it is a default username without the password. So it will do that, and it is authenticating via this private key, which is actually downloading at the part of that the Vagrant app. Yes, I think it is going to be completed. Yes, it is completed. So here you can see that it's shared that the VirtualBox version, all the things, it's available. So it is machine booted and ready. So your CentOS is ready. Okay. Now what is actually is created, you can see that using ls-a. So you can see that there is a folder called .vagrant folder is created. You can go through it here also. You can see that there is a .vagrant file. So everything will be sit inside, and even you can go to the Oracle VirtualBox. That is CentOS VMs running for you. So click it and then go to the settings. You can see that all other informations where it is stored. Actually for me, actually it is stored the disk in user VirtualBox VMs and all. So you can change it anytime you want it, where you want to place your VM. This is a default location where the Oracle VirtualBox choosing it. So yes, so now we have that VMs running. That's what you are seeing it, correct? So if you click that, you can see that there is a prompt is running. Please log into the system, correct? So but I'm not going to do anything over here. I'm just minimizing the machine. I'm going to use that emulator itself for our purpose to log into the virtual machine. So for that, I'm in the same folder. I'm going to issue the command called vagrant ssh. Okay, beautiful. So we are already inside the system. So for safety purpose, what you have to do as a first instant, you have to download that all the updates for the CentOS VM. It might be a security patch, it might be some libraries is added in the down the line. So always it's the best to update that your OS. But the problem is it is going to suck many data from your internet. If so, this is not mandatory, but it is a safe things to do. So for me, I am going to do it sudo yum updates. So this will help you to update your operating system. It definitely will take more than 5 to 10 minutes. So you have to bear with me. Let's do it. Yes, now the update has been completed for CentOS. So you can see that there is a 100% complete message which is coming. After the yum update, so we are going to install the Docker inside the CentOS. For that, you have to use curl and use SSL flag and then use https get.docker.com / then pipe sh, and then since it's going to create the service, so Docker service, you should have the sudo permission. So you have to do that sudo curl -ssl https /get.docker.com pipe sh. Once you hit enter, so it will going to get the binaries for the Docker, and it is going to verify using GPG keys and all. So let's wait for that. It might not take much time. Okay, we got actually Docker got installed, and that actually it's using a sudo permission. By basically Docker will run as a sudo user, but if you want to run a normal user, you have to use it. So we already have a user called vagrant, and that's what the last line saying that please add this vagrant user to the Docker group. So do it the same thing, sudo usermod -ag, then Docker, then vagrant. Vagrant is nothing but user, it is adding into the Docker group. So that's it. So let's see, first you use whether the Docker is installed or not. Sudo docker version, correct? So now we got the Docker installed, and it is actually the version called 1.121 build. The same time, but we have just installed as a service, but it's not yet started. So if you want to start the service, you do sudo system ctl docker then status, sorry, do status then docker. So what is telling it? Actually it is a disabled, it is not loaded, correct? It is a inactive and dead. So for that we need to start the service. So for that you have to do sudo system ctl start docker. So it is going to start this Docker service. Yeah, that is done. So now you can do sudo docker ps. You can see that nothing is actually, the Docker is working, and it is showing that there is no email, there is no containers are running. So that's what it is showing, the empty container. Let me teach some fundamental commands over here. So So if you want to list containers, like how many containers are running, you can do that docker ps. So you can see that there is no containers as of now running. If you want to know all the dockers, whether it is stopped, whether it is killed, even in running status, everything you can do, you can ps-a. So that is also, there is no docker, so it is a clean system. And then all the docker containers running in the basis of images. So docker images nothing but is a snapshot of that the particular builded voice and your application environment as well as that your applications. So now if you want to search what are the images available in your machine, so you can do the docker images. So there is no images also. And if you want to create your own image, that you need to build the new dockers, but I don't want to do it now. So first I am going to show how to pull the images from the Docker repository. That is, it is going to come from the Docker Hub. So but I will take a different session for that. But let's see how I can search images in the Docker repository. Docker search the repository. Suppose for example Redis. So for the Redis tag, there are so many images are actually built. Okay, so the first before that backslash, it is actually username, another is actually image name. Okay, now I'm going to I'm going to search my image. Docker search N Babu Sundaram. So you can see that there are many images which I have built it. So here now we are going to pull this image N Babu Sundaram echo. That's a very smallest image. It's a 5 MB in size. So we can easily pull with a small bandwidth. So what I am going to do is docker pull N Babu Sundaram /echo. So now it is going to pull the images from the Docker Hub repository and going to add as our local images. And also Docker is made with Union file system, that is a layer by layer file system. Whenever you update the images, so it will create the layers. As of now there is only single layers, that's what it is actually very fast. So now you do it docker images. So now there is a new images added in my images repository, and also the tag is latest, and then the size of the images is 5 MB file, and this is the image ID. So it is a very small images I have created with the Alpine, that is the very smallest images from the scratch. So now how to run this images, Docker images, how to run these images as a container. I'm going to spin up the container now, and this is a very small container which is actually is going to say whatever I'm saying, it is going to echo it. So how to run the containers now? Docker run N Babu Sundaram /echo hello Mr. Babu. You can see that. So whenever I ran that N Babu Sundaram, then that it is showing that hello Mr. Babu. So once that echo it, and then it is coming out. Now you see that there is no image because it doesn't run in a background. So once that is the output has come, so it will automatically come back. So even if you do that docker ps-a, you can see that because it stopped automatically. So you can see even that ps-a will help you to list the images even it is not in a running state. So it is still it ran the echo hello Mr. Babu, and it's exited 24 seconds. Correct? That's the beauty of the Docker. Now I'm going to show some Docker which is running behind the scenes. How to do that? I'm going to pull another images. This time I'm not going to pull Docker directly. I'm going to run docker run -d. -d is a detached mode. It is going to run in the background, so it is keep on running. It is basically I'm going to pull some Node.js server which I built it, and it is running on port 8080. So I'm going to put port 8080, and see, this is a port forwarding actually basically. So the 8080 is the port which is running. This port is actually outside port. This is the port, is a Docker port. So you can do the port forwarding using this one, and this you can modify anything 80, 90, 80, 8000, whatever you want to do it, whatever the things you want to run in a host. But as of now I'm doing 80, 80 the same port, and then -t is a tag. Then I'm telling nbabusundaram/node. Okay, so what it does now, it is trying to fetch from that locally, but this image is not available locally, so it is going to the Docker repository and pulling the images from that Docker hub. So now you see that Docker images, so it is showing it, and nbabusundaram node is already there. It is created 2 days ago, and its size is 37.5 MB. It's pulled, correct? Now I am going to run these images. So if you see the Docker PS, as I told already, because if you see that I directly ran docker run -d-p 8080, and now it is running, actually the container is running, and is that internally it is running in port 8080, and externally it is coming as a 8080, correct? So this is running on Node.js, and I'm going to test it now. I'm going to test it locally. Curl http localhost 8080. So I can see that hi Docker is running. That is the only single route which I built. So it is in the route level, it is going to always reply back hi Docker is running. Okay. If you want to see like in your host machine, how you are going to do it. So I'm going to do it here. I'm going to the setting. I'm going to the network. Sorry. Yes, the network. I'm going to do the port forwarding over here. So I only enabled that only port 22. Now I am going to enable that. So it's called my node server, and this 0.0.1. Then host port is 8080. Guest port is 8080. Okay. Now I am going to open the browser. I am going to type http localhost 8080. So here I can see from the local machine, I can see that I can talk with that Vagrant, that is 8080 running, and internally again it is talking to that Docker. So that is awesome, is it? So it is actually it's doing a network port forwarding it, and that's it. So we are able to run the Dockers successfully in either mode. It is a foreground as well as background. Now how to kill this Docker? So, and another beauty, suppose you want to spin the same Docker for scaling purpose, you can do just like that. See 8090 also, correct? Another Docker is created. 8070, 8060, correct? So if you see that Docker VS, you can see all Dockers are running, and the only external port is different. The other port is same thing, 8080. So that is the beauty of the Docker. Now how to kill my Docker? So I can do two things. I can send that sys interim signal, which is actually just interrupt signal, or I can do just a stop, or I can do just kill. So stop is actually, it's a graceful shutdown. So I can see this because I can only give that one. I can only give two 3 digits. Then it will automatically understand and it will stop it. So we can see the Docker is stopped. It's written back Docker PS now. So there is no images which is running. if you want to docker kill, it's immediately, because why stop took the time, because it's taking some grace time. But if you do that docker kill, it will kill immediately. See, I am giving first 3-digit kill, it's immediate kill, so it is just vanishing that things. So you are able to now, if you see the docker ps -a, you can see that other 3 things exited, correct. That's all from my side regarding that installation of Docker on CentOS using Vagrant and VirtualBox.